football season once again. So Ridgecore is back. This is our first episode of the new year, and we have one heck of a show for you guys. It is East Ridge versus St. Cloud for preseason football this Friday at home at 7 p.m. My host with me today, Connor Gilmet. Connor, how are we feeling about this upcoming football season, specifically with what we're going to see this Friday against the St. Cloud Bulldogs?
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. Honestly, it's probably going to be better than last year by at least a couple wins, I feel. So that'll definitely be something to look forward to. We got a few really good new players coming into the roster. Honestly, just glad to be back in the season. Favorite part of the year.
And right now, what we're looking at here, St. Cloud is going to come into this game after finishing their last season, 2025 to 26, 8-3, some quality wins, one over Freedom High School. And this year they have a little bit of a tougher schedule. Of course, they're going to open up the season with Osceola. They did play their preseason game against South Lake High School. What we're really looking for here is the returning junior for this Bulldogs offense. He goes by the name of Jeremiah Latier. Latier has played 11 games last season, and he was able to complete 188 of 316 passing attempts, over 2,800 yards, 2,834. Be specific, 25 touchdowns, but 10 interceptions to go along with it. His quarterback matchup, Karan Palmer, played also all 11 games last year. He's able to complete 132 of 211 attempts, 2,206 yards. He's able to get 27 touchdowns and only 3 interceptions that year.
Exactly right. I think Jeremiah Latier is definitely going Latier is definitely going to see some improvement with the mistake making. 10 interceptions is a pretty decent amount, but 25 touchdowns. So he clearly has that ability to make the plays. And now it's just all about focusing on being more mature, being more composed, and making less of those mistakes.
What we're also looking at here from the St. Cloud offense is that they have lost a lot of their senior stat leaders, specifically it's like Bryce Anthony, Orain Williams, who led the team in receiving yards per game. Cameron Dalton, who graduated this past year, who was leading the team in rush yards per game with 73.3. The only of these stat leaders that we have with us today still are Jude Cockcroft and Jeremiah Latier. Who knows how balanced the St. Cloud offense is going to be, but from what we've obviously seen after the interview with Coach Birchfield, how much he's expressed how more balanced this offense is. Darrell Ellis comes into this game as one of the best running backs in all of Orlando. He is truly spectacular. And that's also not even to mention he has players like Caleb Madera behind him and Brian Neves dos Santos is they're all very experienced. Not only that, the worries about Tony Brown after he left for Columbus High School in Miami, the Knights were able to pick up where they left off in terms of the wide receiver room, which we were also all worried about. Of course, you have Lamar Garrison and Jordan Butler on this roster. But we haven't even mentioned Zion Tabron, the transfer from Davenport High School, who's also going to add depth to this wide receiver room. And of course, the offensive line, which was a huge concern. Bryce Davis and Fenway Cochran are going to lead the group. Not that's also not even mentioning Alan Rosado, who is also an outstanding center and will probably be the best in Orlando this year.
I just want to go back to Bryce Williams' stats here. I just found this unbelievable that he had 4 rushing touchdowns. That's already enough. Like, okay, pretty good, pretty good. He had 9 receiving touchdowns, pretty good, solid. But the thing that shocked me the most was seeing that he had 9 interceptions as well. So he was leading the way for both the offense and the defense in very positive ways. So it's going to be interesting to see how St. Cloud is going to handle losing him. And of course, Cameron Dalton as well. 2 massive pieces that are gone. And I think for in terms of East Ridge, I wouldn't worry too much about their receiver core, like losing any power, any strength, anything like that. With the new guys that we got coming in here, and we still have 2 or 3 really solid receivers staying here as well. I think East Ridge overall got some fantastic depth here going into the season.
Max Preps has ranked St. Cloud currently as the 202nd team in all of Florida. They have put Eastridge all the way in the 281st in terms of the Max Preps Florida rankings. Do you think that this ranking should be higher depending on how this Friday goes.
Oh yes, 100%. This will definitely move up if we win. It'll probably kind of stay kind of where it is if we end up losing to St. Cloud. But this is going to be a big opportunity to gain some spots in that ranking. You and I were talking about it. It's so hard for Max Preps to give out an accurate ranking because I mean they can't be here at all the hundreds of high schools looking at all these different teams, seeing which one is better than each one. But overall, I think that Eastford should be ranked higher. South St. Cloud should be ranked lower based on what we've seen from the stats and who they've lost.
It's going to be a very common theme for the teams that we're going to be playing this year, especially teams like Southlake we play next Friday, who've lost a lot of senior talent. And it's going to be very important for the Knights to take advantage of that with the experience that they have on their team to also take into consideration who's returning. And right now, our returning players were the biggest impact last year. This year, with improvements, off-season training, maybe the most elite of elite teams, you're not going to be ranked up with IMG Academy or St. Thomas Aquinas. Not going to be up there with Miami Northwestern or Chaminade Madonna. But you are going to be considered a more decent team as long as you have the experience. But right now, it's just not showing in terms of what Max Preps thinks, but Eastridge will prove them wrong. Let's get to our official score predictions here. Our predictions for this Friday. That is Connor. Let's start you off.
All right. Well, first start off, East Ridge is going to win. Taking it off as a win. They should win here by multiple possessions. I would give saw 28-17 in this one.
Eastridge offense is balanced. Defense just picked up Tavarius Pig Love in the offseason. Their offense, without the experience, won't be able to do anything. Give me the Knights 30-14 to win at the dungeon for preseason.
Solid prediction there. I was thinking about it. I should have maybe gone a little bit more lenient towards East Ridge, but you know what? I'm gonna stick with it. Trying to follow multiple teams before a season really starts and not knowing how they're truly going to play in game is just so tough. So I will definitely get more of an indication of how good Eastridge truly is later on, maybe a few games into the season.
That you can catch us at the game this Friday. We'll be in the student section with some of the other attendees of Eastridge High School. Catch us at the game and join us for the post-game sound. We'll be posting those weekly as well. Of course, we will also be posting post-game reactions after the game or on Saturdays. It's going to be a great season of Eastridge football, and I hope you guys have enjoyed watching today. Make sure you catch us at the game, attend the game, and of course, next week we'll be back on Wednesday to talk about Eastridge versus Southlake, how that game is going to go. Most anticipated game of the season. Probably one of the most anticipated games in Central Florida. But that's enough from us. We'll see you guys in the future date.